What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell for me so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks. When you open a new Webull brokerage account, put any amount of money in that brokerage account, they're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying out their brokerage app. Those 12 free stocks will be worth up to $30,600. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Click on that Webull link. Open up your new Webull brokerage account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. On this channel, guys, it's about transparency when it comes to financial freedom. That's the whole point of it, is sharing my financial journey with you guys so that you potentially can pick up some tips and some financial nuggets that can help you get to your financial freedom. Hopefully you guys have watched my video that I did yesterday introducing you to the new house. And I'm out here on the patio deck on the golf course, soaking all of this in, right? This is the dream house. But in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys exactly how I paid for my dream home. Now, for some of you won't agree with my methods, but that's okay. The whole point is for you to start thinking about what's right for you financially and executing your plan to get to your personal enjoyment. See, this particular house right here for me, it wasn't a house that I really needed to buy. I currently already live in a great house in a great neighborhood, but I've lived in that house for 10 years. And I said to myself, you know something? I'm 55 years old. I've spent a good part of my adult life building wealth through making money, keeping money, and multiplying money. It's time for me to enjoy the fruits of my labor. So each one of you guys will be at different spots in your financial journey. I'm in the enjoyment stage of my financial journey. You may still be in the building stage of your financial journey. So what I'm doing in the enjoyment stage may not be right for you in the building stage. You got to understand, when I was in my building stage, all I did was make money, keep money, multiply money. And I multiplied money through buying assets that increase in value over time, produce passive income, and create financial freedom for me. That's what I did for 25 years. Now that I'm on the other side of the spectrum and I'm in the enjoyment stage of wealth, my assets are high enough that I'm able to go out and really do things that bring enjoyment to my life. And this particular house is one of those things. But now let's dive into the numbers, because I know most of you guys are saying, well, it's a nice house. I saw your video yesterday where you walked us through the whole thing. It looks great, but how did you do it? Well, here's the situation. This house cost me $1.350 million. $1.350 million. Now, did I pay cash for it? No. What I decided to do was put 25% down and then go to a credit union. And I'll tell you why I chose the credit union here in a second. And go to a credit union and give me a loan for $1 million. And that's exactly what I did, guys. Now, why was I able to go get $1 million loan within 40 days from start to finish and close on this house that quickly? I talked to you guys about having yourself prepared financially when it's time to go leverage, right? If you're not prepared financially, Ain't no bank, ain't no credit union, ain't no private lender gonna give you no money. See, I had already prepared myself. I had great income. It was verifiable. There wasn't no, this is how much I make, but I can't prove it on my tax returns stuff. No, everything I do is proven on my tax return. So a lot of people might say, well, you pay too much in taxes. Well, that's okay, guys. I don't mind paying my fair share of taxes, because when it's time for me to leverage, I don't want my financial statements or my tax returns to reflect no income, because ain't nobody gonna lend me no money when it's time for me to leverage. So number one thing I did was I prepared myself by having all of my income reported on my tax returns for the last 3 years. Second thing I did was have my credit score in an excellent situation. See, my credit score is over 800, guys, but it wasn't always that way. When I was 26 years old, it was probably in the low 600s. You guys know that story. When I was 26, came back from playing a couple years in the league, dead broke, no net worth, credit wrecked. But I didn't make any excuses. I owned up to it. It was my mistake, but I vowed never to make that mistake again. So I started at 26 years old rebuilding my credit. And don't get me wrong, it didn't take me 25 years to rebuild it. Within a matter of a couple years, I was in the 700s, right? But now I'm 800 credit score higher. See, I don't have any credit card debt. I don't have any student loan debt. I don't have any personal loan debt. I don't have any car loan debt. All of my cars you see on my YouTube channel, guys, are paid for in full. The only debt that I have is real estate debt. 2 properties. The property that I'm moving from to move to this property, and then this property. And the only reason I got debt on the other property is because I bought that property 11 years ago, and it was a very inexpensive property. And I just have a really low interest rate on it. So I figured, leave that one alone. Keep your investments intact. Let them keep earning. Let them keep growing. Let them keep building. And then when it's time, you'll just sell that house. You know, you'll make about $400,000 to $500,000 profit. And then guess what? You'll be in your new house. Now let's get back to that third thing that I did to prepare myself to be able to get approved for $1 million loan. The third thing was I had to have a down payment, guys. I had to have some money to put in the deal. There ain't no bank that's going to lend me 100% of the purchase price for a new house. They're just not going to do it. So how in the world did I come up with $350,000 down payment? Well, I did it through what? My skill set. I did it through my asset building, right? See, one thing about me, I know how to make money. I know how to keep it, and I know how to multiply it. I've learned that over the years. So when I'm making this active income, I'm just not spending it on depreciating assets that don't give me a return. They may put a smile on my face. I may look good to the public eye, but they don't put any money in my pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket. So when I make my active income, whether it be when I was working in the banking industry for 25 years or whether it be the last 3 years building this YouTube channel and RF Financial Consulting, when I make my money, guys, guess what I do with it? I put it in assets that grow. I don't put it in liabilities, right? And if I do buy a liability, I'm buying that liability for personal enjoyment. And you better believe I'm paying for that liability through my assets. But the number one thing I do when I get any money, guys, I buy assets that grow in value. That's where the $350,000 to put as a down payment, and I had to pay closing costs as well. But that wasn't a problem. And guess what? I still have plenty of cash reserves left. That's the key. Never have yourself out here leveraged without having cash on the sideline to be able to weather any storm. Because I know it's real estate market we're in right now. A lot of people believe it's going to decline by 10 or 20% over the next 6, 8, 12 months. That doesn't bother me. And the reason it doesn't bother me, guys, is because when you buy real estate in locations that people have a desire to live, you're protected. That's my opinion. I bought real estate, guys, in the 2008 downturn when real estate was at the bottom. I had real estate that I had bought prior to that in 2007 and 2006 at the height of the real estate market before the great 2008 recession. And guess what? I just held that real estate 5, 10, 12 years. I held it, had tenants in there paying me rent. And guess what happened? What did real estate do? It went right back up. I got made whole, and then I made money on all the properties. All I had to do was buy them in locations that people had a desire to live. Guys, you can't make any more land. 3/4 of our earth is covered by water. 1/4 of it, 1/4 of it is covered by land. And the land that people really have a desire to live on, guys, it'll always bounce back. So this particular house here, yes, it's a bunch of money, $1.350 million, bunch of money. Got $350,000 invested in it to control a $1.5 million property. Now, I know some of you guys are going to say, well, I thought you paid $1.350. Well, I did. But guess what? The bank did an appraisal on the property because they're not going to just lend me money based on what the purchase price is. They're going to do their own appraisal so that they know exactly what the value of the property is that they're lending on. Now, the cost to value was 1.350, right? Which is roughly about 74% loan to value. But the appraised value came in at 1.490 million. So it appraised for $150,000 more than I paid for it. So in my opinion, pretty decent deal for me. Instant equity of about $150,000 at closing. So I feel protected and safe. And then on the street that I live on, guys, see, I do my homework, guys, before I just go out and buy a property. The street that I live on, this country club that I live in, other big boy houses, man, 1.8, and they got more coming. So I'm feeling comfortable where I'm at, right? And I'm feeling comfortable about this purchase. But ultimately, I don't care if it goes down in value because I bought it for personal enjoyment, right? I am enjoying my financial freedom. And I want you guys to be able to do that too. But you got to build assets. You got to build assets. You got to earn income. You got to keep that income. You got to multiply that income. And then you got to put yourself in a position where you're actually ready and prepared to borrow money if that's what you decide to do. Now, some of you guys may say, I'm going to pay cash. That's okay. Go ahead and pay cash. Not a problem. I could have paid cash. But I decided, that ain't the right move for me. The right move for me is to leverage 5 to 1. And that's what I did. Got a great interest rate. So I'm happy with that. And the loan process went so smooth with the credit union. I told you guys earlier I was going to tell you why I went with the credit union. I went with the credit union is because most credit unions, guys, are nonprofits. See, they're not in business to, get rich for big time execs and shareholders. There ain't no shareholders because it's nonprofit. You go to Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, Chase, any of these other for-profit banks, their main issue is to make their executives and their shareholders rich. So they're going to do whatever they can to get as much money out of you, to charge you as high as interest rate as they can, because that's what they're in business to do, to make money for their shareholders and their top execs. That's not what credit unions do. They're owned by the members. So I went to the credit union and said, hey, here's my situation. This is what I want to do. They said, Richard, no problem. Give us this, and we're going to move forward, take your application, see if we can get you approved. And guess what I was doing, guys? I was extremely organized. That's another thing. If you're going to borrow money at that level, guys, you better be extremely financial organized. And I was. Everything they asked me for, 3 years tax returns, bank statements, you name it, it was already PDF'd in files, ready to go. All I had to do was just shoot it over to the credit union. And guess what? That made my process move so fast and so quick. Well, guys, I know I babbled on quite a bit, but I wanted to give you some of the nuts and bolts of this transaction. If you guys want to know more about this type of thing, how do I borrow money at this level? borrow $1 million, put $350K down, still have plenty of cash reserves, just drop me some comments and let me know, and I'll make more videos like this. Well, guys, if you want them 12 free stocks from Webull, you got to click on that link down in the description box. Go get those up to 12 free stocks, man, for just trying out the brokerage app, guys. I'm not sure what you're waiting on. And then on top of that, they will be worth up to $30,600. So link down in the description box. Go open that account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing. Share the video. Smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace. Today's video is sponsored by my company, RF Financial Consulting. And in my company, I work with individuals just like you through financial mentoring and coaching sessions. And in those 1-hour sessions, we talk about strategies to help you get to your financial freedom, whether it be through real estate investing, stock market investing, creating additional streams of income, credit card arbitrage, or starting and growing a business. If that's something that you might be interested in, there's an email address in the description box of the video. Send me an email and let's discuss if I'm the right fit for you.